Jennifer. You're a big break in TV. Welcome to White Noise, bitch.
Hey, y'all ever see somebody post like on Instagram or anywhere really, and they post like a family photo and they're like, oh, this is the reason I survived, the reason I'm alive, and
they all hella ugly?
The whole family fucking whooped, bro.
Goodness! I ain't never seen.
That's the reason you living, bro.
Dang! Don't say it like that. Come on, don't.
That's
say it
crazy.
Like that.
Be real. Be real. Would you? I'm looking at you.
Yes.
Would you be able to admit I don't know what your family looked like. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
But if they were ugly,
yeah,
would you admit it?
I don't think so, because the way I look at this is such a political answer, but like I truly do mean it. The way I look at ugly is kind of different too, honestly. So I don't think I'd be able to even admit it regardless.
What's ugly to you?
Ugly to me, kind of like true beauty. It's like
Consists of corn.
Is there ugly babies, Kyrie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, at least if you can hit that, you probably alright.
No, there's definitely ugly babies, and there's a particular group of people who got the uglier.
Who? No, come on,
spill it.
Come on,
I'm sorry.
I'll tell you.
White people got some ugly babies, dog.
Oh yeah,
they really do.
Bro, them babies, white babies be getting hella fat.
Well, all babies can get.
They can, but motherfucking babies look like Stay Puft, bro.
I don't know. They
be having hella rolls.
They all look the same.
That's hella cute.
Nah, that shit ain't cute to me.
They just all look the same.
Well, why?
You don't like babies, then?
I don't. You're right.
You're just another horrible person.
No.
You don't like babies. You don't like dogs.
I like dogs.
You don't like cats?
I don't like cats. You're right.
Damn.
I'm actually scared of cats.
Really?
Why? That, though.
My cats are cool though.
Nah, but I'm also allergic to cats.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But I'm scared. I'm low-key scared of cats. Dogs, I love dogs.
Cats are unpredictable. That's why.
Yeah. I don't trust them. Yeah.
Everything's unpredictable.
But I fuck with dogs. But even with dogs, like I'm cautious until like I fill you out.
Mm.
But like a dog is easier to earn their respect and their trust.
That's
than a
so
cat.
true. Yeah.
Like if a cat fuck with you, it's because that cat, that's a ride or die. You know.
Yeah, for
like
real.
that's your ride or die.
Or just a
shit.
really sweet cat, which they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to find a sweet dog than it is a sweet cat. That's 100% true.
Yeah. Josh, you hella soft. What about what's ugly to you?
You.
Why you just come at him like that? The fuck?
He hella soft. He wouldn't. Josh, I feel like he wouldn't say if someone.
But
was
he's
ugly.
sweet though.
He's fucking sweet like Drake.
Like what?
Drake.
Ain't shit sweet over here, bitch. Hell no.
Hell yeah,
You
bro.
be
I'll be able
to store,
tell my family if they're ugly.
smelling your
I got fucking ugly ass family members, bro.
All right.
My immediate family, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
No?
Not my immediate family. Nah. Extended family, yeah, I could say they ugly.
I got ugly ass family members.
You probably the ugliest family member I got.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know about the ugliest, but if you say like, if you say
five,
top five, maybe top 10
From my
for sure.
perspective, probably top number one.
Oh, bitch, no
name
way.
Him, name him, Isaac.
Ain't no fucking way. I'm number
Drop
one.
the top 5.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Top 5. I'll give you top 5.
All right, top 5. I'll settle. I probably am. Yeah. What about you, Nick? You got an ugly ass family?
You know he got ugly family.
Come on, man. What y'all doing?
Would you call your brother ugly?
I have no comment.
Okay, so you're one of them that won't be able to admit if your family was ugly.
So you can dog your blind mama, but you won't be able
that
to.
means he will admit. He just won't say it right now.
Is that what that means, Nick?
No comment.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that's what
exactly what that means.
What about you? Paul? You got ugly family members?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. We all do, man.
It is what
It's
it
all
is.
good.
It is what it
It's
is.
all good. But just don't make him your reason to live. That's all he's saying.
Nah, dead ass, bro. Yeah, that's okay. You ever notice that, like, when an ugly person does something to you versus when a good looking
pisses you
person
the fuck
does
off.
something to you, it's hella different.
But I
That's
get,
fucked up, yeah.
I get
That's
more.
fucked up.
But it's true, right?
It's the same thing with, like, how girls, it'd be like, oh, that dude's a creep. I'm like, because you find him ugly. But if the dude came up and he was hella fine, he's hitting on you. He's getting at you.
Nah, yeah.
Like, if Mr. Grey from 50 Shades of Grey was ugly,
Excuse me?
come on. That sucker
Well,
would have been in prison.
That man, yeah.
That motherfucker was Ted Bundy if he just didn't kill anybody.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Same reason though, like Ted Bundy and what's his name?
Richard Ramirez,
No, or him too, but
Charles Manson.
no, what's the one they just made a
No,
show
Charles
about?
Manson.
They just made a show about.
Oh, Jeff.
Goldblum.
No, Jeff.
Dahmer? You're talking about Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah.
Like, you know, like he's got.
They
like,
just look mad regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it was somebody like, I don't know.
I'd fuck myself.
Like fucking John Wayne Gacy or something.
Yeah, like some ugly
Yeah.
ass motherfucker. Like it'd be like, you know, where he wouldn't even have shows made about him and shit.
Yeah, for real.
But the
Yeah.
idea around serial killers is just crazy in the whole because most of them, you know, were at a time where ain't nobody like there was no really any defenses to that. There wasn't any like security cameras. You know, there weren't
Yeah.
alarms and shit. People didn't have cell phones and videos. Like
Yeah.
people were wilding back then because they could.
There was really an age of serial killer. That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
the way it was a
and
perfect
our
timing.
parents
and
have lived
everything.
through that.
Well, we just had a serial killer, last year?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
To me,
not
if
a
there's a serial killer nowadays, somebody ain't doing their job.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it real. Because there's way too many ways to, like, gather evidence of both visual and post whatever that it's like, come on, who ain't doing their job?
You know what
On
would be
the road.
scary?
The cops ain't doing their job.
Yeah, but, you know.
You know what would be scary?
Huh.
Like a supernatural serial killer, in the sense that like they use like,
Like the movie Seven? Like on that type of tip?
Like
No, like-
Christianity?
huh? Yeah, like they use like fucking like witchcraft or something.
More like a voodoo doll.
Yeah, like a voodoo and stuff like that.
Oh.
Like that would be scary.
So, like, they
'Cause how do you
can't
catch
leave
somebody like
evidence? Yeah.
yeah.
For real.
Hello?
I think it would only have to be admittance. Because other than that, it's like, crap, we don't have physical evidence to, you know, because let's just say hypothetically, if they were using voodoo dolls to, like, kill somebody, right? They do somebody on somebody, oh, they got liver cancer, whatever, they die. Do someone, da-da-da-da. It's like,
That's the type of things that happen though. Is you'll mysteriously get cancer. Or
yeah,
something
it's just
that.
like, I mean, yeah, I mess with them, but that doesn't mean that you can't prove that, unfortunately. So that's kind of.
Well, let's get
Yeah.
to it. Do you guys all believe in, like, supernatural shit?
Oh yeah.
Ain't no belief.
That was
Well,
actually-
I know you.
Yeah.
That was actually the poll this week. Was well, there was two questions.
Yeah.
One was, do you believe in witchcraft, brujeria, or voodoo, whatever? Only 2 people
What?
said no. You?
They're white.
How you?
No, there weren't. That's the
Oh, wait,
thing.
they're anonymous.
Huh? No, on the poll on an Instagram poll, you're not anonymous. I'm not gonna say who you were, obviously, but I want to know
How?
Oh, shell-
Grudge? What the fuck?
Like, how do you not believe that?
I want to know how sheltered you are that you don't believe in these kind of things, and don't tell me it's I believe in God and God's gonna put. Because you are the biggest believer of God in this room, and you believe in that stuff, right?
Well, because it's like, what are you praying against if you're, like, what?
Exactly.
Like, what's light if there's no darkness
exactly.
and vice versa? Like,
Yeah,
it's what's good if there's no evil? Like,
It's
it's
a balance.
dangerous out here. It's
It's
so
a balance.
yeah.
Not to. You're basically like choosing a side, and it's like if there's one side, there's another side.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's what it just is. What it is. Like, it just is what it
I
is.
believe in that shit.
It's like
Yeah.
a bagel.
Fucking bagel.
Because like I'm just like the type of person where like anything is possible. Because why wouldn't it be? What the fuck do we know to like make reality permanent in its rules? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't know anything. We just assume that shit. We
Right.
just assume what is what is because that's what has been for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I believe in everything, but I see what you're saying, though.
But like, because anything can happen, and there's no way for you to prove that it can't and it won't and it hasn't, means that like anything can happen and will happen or has happened somewhere hella
Yeah, because
far.
we don't have a
or-
reason to say like this could never happen if we don't know because it's
Yeah.
never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
It's Murphy's Law.
Yeah, anything that can happen will. Yeah. Yeah. Well, but
I think we just said a bunch of shit.
what?
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
mean,
About
if
what?
you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Well, look. Before we dive into that, I had a listener ask me a question, and the question is for Kyrie. Okay. So last week.
Why everybody looking at me? It was for you, baby.
I know it's for you. What the hell?
Nah, I'm playing. No, what's up?
So last week you have mentioned that your family lived in a house that belonged to like some Nazi, right?
Yeah. My dad, who eventually, when they were adults, inherited from his grandparents that I guess was like a Nazi general lieutenant or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you found a bunch of like
They found like old
they found
paintings and all that such like of that person. Yeah.
So the question was, have you ever fact checked any of that stuff? Make sure it was legit, or like that house actually belonged to said person, because you probably your family probably lost out on a lot of money. They said that stuff could be worth a lot. And I didn't think about that. I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Dang, you right. But
I'll tell you my butt. You tell me your butt.
no.
Put your butts together, start.
Come on.
But at the same time too, I think when it comes to like valuing stuff like that, we're a lot more educated nowadays than I'm sure they were. And then on top of that, like, you just think of it like, oh, it's your house, like, like whatever.
What happened to all that stuff?
I gotta ask him. I assume they probably just like threw it away. And on top of that, it's like if you've been dealing with like haunted stuff off and on for like your whole life,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're thinking like, bro, I don't even want to touch that
Get
thing.
that
Like,
stuff out of here.
bump that, yeah. Like,
Which is what I was gonna say though. Was like, I really wouldn't want to keep that stuff around.
Exactly.
I don't know what's attached to it.
Exactly, and I think that's where he was getting at. It's like what in the world was attached to all that memorabilia and weird stuff down there that attracted what it attracted, So,
Yeah.
nah, I'd have the same mindset. Like, nah, you can get this out of here, money or no money. Like, get it. And in fact, honestly, I don't think I would even want to sell something like that in good conscience. I think I would just want to just destroy it, just so it's
Like
like,
that.
That's like
I ain't gonna pass it to somebody else. Like,
No, you can sell
that'd
it
be
to a
evil to me.
museum.
I mean, true, but that's just me though.
It's like applying the same logic to like a burial ground.
Yeah,
Like
a little bit, yeah,
like
a
a
little
native
bit.
burial ground and whatnot. How they say that shit will, but basically like the plot of what, like Poltergeist, the movie, like the whole house was haunted because they were like on top of.
I think that's Amityville Horror. I think.
on top of some
Oh,
ruins.
Yeah,
Is that from the?
I think it's Amityville
No,
Horror.
from the
It was
80s?
built on
I think we're thinking of two different movies.
but I mean
No,
both things.
But
Poltergeist
yeah,
are
the
true.
same thing. It's like
Poltergeist, the house was built on a
on
ancient burial.
bones, right?
Oh, so
yeah.
they both were.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, but yeah, like that's applying the same logic. Like it's just that
Yeah.
badass energy that's on top of
Right.
death and shit.
Right. Exactly.
Bad deaths.
And whatever kind of occurred on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it does. So that kind of all ties into our theme this week for week 3 of our Spookfest 2023.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bitch.
That good peach cobbler.
That good peach cobbler. Yeah, so today we want to talk about what I think it's probably the second scariest thing to me.
I think it's the scariest for me.
It's like in between 1 and 2. And it's funny because we're wrapping this season up, the Halloween season, with the 2 things that scare me genuinely the most.
Yeah.
Which is today is just witchcraft, and a little bit about cults. It's really hard to find anything about cults.
It'd be like that.
I mean, it's probably for a reason. Right?
Yeah, right.
But yeah, and the next week is about demons and possessions.
Oh.
And these 2 things, bro, scare me.
Oh yeah, no, I
Okay.
feel you. Yeah, that's 1 and 2.
What's up, Nick?
But that's all tied.
You know what
together.
I've been seeing a lot of, speaking on cults?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's white.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Is that a
Yeah.
cult?
I think
Yeah.
it's a cult. Yeah.
Yeah, you think
Yeah,
so?
Yeah, I believe it's
Mormons
a cult.
are a cult.
Yeah.
Christians are a cult.
I've been noticing them a lot
Certain-
recently. Like, I saw them in the park yesterday. I saw
You weren't
them
expecting
in
that.
San Jose yesterday. And then I was driving, down a CV Boulevard, and they were just standing out in front of the Happy Tummy restaurant. or whatever it's called now.
What, Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I used to fuck with them when they used to come knocking when I lived with my parents. Yeah, they would come, but man, they're persistent. That's why I started fucking with them, right? And then
you're like, y'all won't give up. Okay.
Nah, yeah. Like, I started like opening the door and like I make my eyes go as far back as I could. I was like, shit like that. And they'd be like, what the? They weren't even scared. They'd be like, alright, we good, bro.
Yeah, for real. Alright, nice.
Did you really do that?
Yeah.
I
started drooling and shit.
I think it was 07? It was when the Lakers and Celtics were playing the NBA Finals, and they knocked on my door, and I fucking wasn't paying attention because I'm trying to watch the game. And so like they're talking, I'm like, yeah, and they fucking handed me a book. Do not fucking take their book because they will fucking hound you because they want that shit back.
That's
Because
crazy.
they use it as like a conversation starter for the next conversation.
Well, what you should have done is taken the book and just been like.
Yeah, but I'm not an asshole.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, I just remember,
He's so proud of that.
I just remember I was at like Warped Tour and shit, and my phone was ringing off the hook, and it was fucking them. I'm just like, bro. I'm like,
they fucking know exactly what you're doing. Just the
fucking
inconvenience.
doorstep, bro.
Just the inconvenience.
Bro, they're hella
man.
annoying, dude.
They are.
Dang. Gotta be like, oh, no thanks. When's a good time to come back? Never, bitch. Those are the ladies from next Friday, too, huh? Like, well, fuck you, motherfucker.
For real, man. Gosh.
Yeah, but, so today, you know, I got some, so the poll, I also put a poll out, you know, I wasn't expecting people to respond to it, just because, I mean, this type of stuff is hard to talk about.
Yeah. Through my research over the years, I found a decent amount of stuff. I don't know if people will dispute some of the stuff that I know, but it's coming from people that used to be in occults and high-ranking people who used to be in occults. Right.
Tom Cruise?
There's 2 or 3 people, that I watched, like, they're like hours long, like to the point it's split up to like 5 parts each of high-ranking people within occults and all that such, and their experiences and like why you shouldn't even join and a whole bunch of other stuff that, but let's see what the people say, babe.
Not a damn thing.
Oh, Lord.
One person did submit a story. And it was, they submitted it before I dropped the poll.
Yeah.
It was a story they wanted to share. But reading it, it actually kind of ties into to us a little bit. This person said, so this happened to one of my friends. He lives near Toronto. Bro, imagine a Canadian ghost. That must be gas.
Shout out to 6.
Motherfucker. So this guy was going to school at Brock University in St. Catharines. Red flag number 1.
Right.
A fucking Catholic Christian school, whatever it is. Okay. And was living in a 2-story dorm with 2 other dudes. Where you got 2-story dorms at, bro? That's gas. Y'all ever see a 2-story dorm?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fuck me then.
It's probably like a condo.
Yeah, he said dorm. So it's 10 in the morning, and my friends are downstairs studying in the kitchen with one of his roommates. He sees a static figure of a 5'3" brunette in a long white dress standing in the stairs. After that, he asks his roommate, "Did you see what I just saw?" His roommate says, "I didn't, but I know what you're talking about. I've been seeing weird shit around the house for a few days." The next morning, he gets a phone call from his roommate, but he declines twice and answers the 3rd time because he's not used to his roommate calling him so early. He answers the phone, and the roommate says, "I was sleeping and I woke up to a girl sleeping beside me on the bed." Some people might call that lucky. I'm just saying. And I couldn't move my body. Once I was able to move my body, I turned to my left and the same girl was sleeping on the floor. It was the same girl you saw yesterday.
Twins!
Bro woke up with twins?
Why does Go got cakes?
Bro, he said, "Why is this ghost pussy so warm?"
Stupid.
Then he tells his friend, "You're not sleeping alone. I'm gonna bring the couch." Well, he's not already. "I'm gonna bring the couch from the living room upstairs, and I'm gonna sleep in your room on the couch tonight."
It's doing too much.
So they go downstairs to pick up the couch, and they flip it over, and they see a satanic star drawn on the bottom of the couch.
I'm moving dorms right now.
They dropped the couch and ended up spending the night in their friend's dorm. The next day, they reported to the head office of the dormitories, and they explained what happened. The person they spoke to at the head of the dormitory said, "Don't worry, we'll dispose of the couch." They took the couch and burned it. After that, they still got spooky vibes, even though the house was 1,000 square feet. It seemed like you were being watched 24/7. But why people dabble in shit like that?
Exactly.
Watch it.
That's, bro. Something with like Ouija boards, like, only Nick ass people fucking play with that shit, man.
And I think there's no consequence to it, you know?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. But, like...
Like, Nick, what is the fascination you have with Ouija boards?
It's fun.
What's fun about it?
Nothing's gonna happen with it, so...
So you don't believe that anything will happen to it?
Yeah, it's more fun to mess with you guys who believe in it.
You've used it before?
Yeah,
And nothing's happened to you?
nothing happened.
See?
Did you greet it?
What's that proof?
Because you
Dude, the
said-
ghosts are probably scared of him.
No, you said you're scared because it's shit that will happen to you or people that use it, but nothing's happened to him, so that's why he keeps using it.
Well, what's even crazier?
Well,
is
I don't
it's-
have one anymore.
It's
Yeah.
promoted
Right.
like a game, like they sell at Toys R Us.
They show
Yeah, they used to sell it.
They
Yeah.
sure do.
My mom bought my brother one
They
for
have them
Christmas.
at Hot Topic now too.
Of course they do.
And like what's the other store, Spencer's?
Oh, Spencer.
Does it
Yeah.
like work or you're just moving the piece?
You're just moving the piece.
Yeah.
That's how.
I feel like it's a
How it
different
works.
type of Ouija board. Like you have to have like an authentic Ouija board for that shit to work. Like you can't just buy like a cardboard ass fucking Ouija board. What?
I don't know. I feel like you don't even need a Ouija board. I feel like you just
You
need
could
to
just
can make your
manifest.
own.
Yeah,
You
you
can
could
make
just,
your
or
own.
you could just manifest something if you
Yeah.
really wanted to.
It's not that hard.
Like you could just imitate a Ouija board, and I
Yeah.
feel like that shit would work.
Yeah.
But you
I
know-
mean, I mean, not like specifically like that, but I mean, I feel like you have to know like the
How to
practice.
activate
Yeah,
something.
like the practice.
Yeah,
you're
but I
doing.
feel like that's something other than just moving like a triangle with a piece of glass on it over a board. I
think
feel like
there's
that doesn't do it. I feel like I don't know.
There just
I
has
see
to
what
be a
you're saying.
connection to like the paranormal, like whether it's like a medium or like
I mean,
Like somebody who
somebody
can
that
do
has
it.
experience. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
of people in our family who have Ouija board stories, and they said that fucking shit was flopping around,
Yeah.
floating up. The candles blow out, shit was slamming. They hear a scream.
We
like,
told
shit
a
like
couple
that.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, of the shit that happened like that, you know.
I don't
Like,
know if I would do a Ouija board.
I for surely wouldn't. Hell no. I don't care if it's fake or not.
Did you ever
bro.
play?
I believe in. You can manifest evil, bro.
You really can.
You could.
You ever played Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board?
Yes.
That's
Fuck, I
Supposed
forgot
to be
all
like
about
witchcraft.
that.
What is that?
like you have a friend that like lies like stiff like on the floor, and everybody just puts like fingers under them,
put
like
it
two
in.
fingers, and everybody just chants like Light as a Feather, stick, and it has their eyes closed, and like they're supposed to lift up.
I've gotten lifted before.
Me
And
too.
you not trolling
By
like
Kyrie.
literally. Shoot. But I mean, how much of I forgot what I was gonna say, baby.
What? We're talking about light as a feather. You said.
There's also another game that's hella scary. It's called like Midnight Man.
Is that supposed
That
to be like
sounds
Bloody
scary.
Mary
Yeah,
or
fuck
something? Right.
And this is
Some Candyman
this is a
mess.
lot different because everybody's supposed to like prick their finger.
Oh
like,
hell
put it
no.
on like on
That's how you
something.
get fucking
But
HIV.
Pretty much you
Facts, though.
you like you're supposed to like read this thing, and then you open the door and you welcome
Fuck that.
That sounds like some ritual.
Midnight
to
Man.
me.
Nope.
in,
I'm good.
and you each
Nope.
have like a candle, and you're supposed. It's like hide and seek, but if your candle goes out, the Midnight Man found you, and
That's fucking terrifying.
yeah.
Fuck
You
that.
lost me.
If
Yeah,
your
pricking
candle
your
goes
finger.
out, like
Yeah.
it's.
What's the point of
something
pricking
bad's
your
supposed to
finger?
happen.
Yeah, like
Because
Makes
it's
sense. I don't know.
I think it
The
has to do
offering?
with the connection. Yeah, it's a blood offering.
That's why.
That sounds straight like a ritual to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it
I'm
is.
good,
It
yeah.
is.
Like no.
What the fuck?
Mm-mm.
What kind of games
Some
you
guys.
playing?
For real. We want to play Call of Duty. You
I
over
never
playing
played it, but I
Midnight
remember-
Man.
Bro, I
remember
guarantee you they're
learning
gonna make
about
a
it.
fucking A24 movie based off of that.
Yeah, oh,
Midnight
yeah.
Man.
For real.
Too bad they couldn't get
Talk to me.
Halloween.
Why?
Then they tried to get Halloween, the rights to Halloween.
Oh.
They got
Oh, A24?
outbid. Yeah.
Mm.
Damn. I never played that Midnight Man game. I
You
played Light
got
as a Feather.
listened-
I played
like-
Light as a Feather, Stiff as a
I
Board.
believe in like words and shit. Like I'm not gonna read something hella random in a random ass book. Like I got like paranoia about that shit.
Yeah.
Like superstition.
Yeah.
Like saying a spell. Like
It's
yeah.
not even superstition. I mean,
Like,
if
words
I
are
may,
power, you know.
If I may preach for just a
Come on.
hot second.
How
I
does your
mean,
Halo
it-
box?
That shit.
You just want to preach,
But-
man.
Go ahead.
But no, it even says like when it comes to like these entities, spirits, or whatever, to don't even say the name, because that's how you just
Oh yeah.
like don't even go there. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
mention it by characteristic or something, but don't even say its name. Like, so to Isaac's point, it's like don't just be saying stuff just to say stuff, because that's how you know.
There's a.
it be
He
like
is.
that.
I've seen hella like videos and stuff, and a lot of them have like the same name of this demon. So I never say that shit because I'm a little superstitious. I'm like, I don't want to fucking bring attention to me.
With demons, yeah.
She getting that shit.
Well, this fucking name.
You think about it, like movies put actual demon names in there, and you're saying them out loud when you recite like
Exactly.
that movie.
And people think like that's just an accident or da 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 da. It's like, and that's why you just gotta be careful with whatever you watch, whatever you listen to, because it just some of these people be. I'd say most of them do it intentionally to where it's. That's just
like
the world we live
filmmakers,
in.
you think?
I think so.
Yeah, like all the studios, the higher ups.
music. I think all that is
The industry, if you will.
intentional. Yeah,
Sam Smith.
yeah. I don't think like the
The
art.
fuck?
I don't think all the artists know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of them do though.
Yeah.
Who?
Because to me, it's like, and sorry to cut you off, but like to me, it's it's like, y'all ever wonder why? Genuine question of why is it like all these famous people seem to die all around the same age? Like between 55 and 57, if you notice, all these like big actors and all that such,
Yeah.
and music artists. Michael Jackson was what, 56? Prince was what, 57? Homeboy from The Wire, what, he was like 55 or something like that. It's always around that same. Y'all ever wonder like why that's the case?
Yeah, they got the 27 club.
Yeah.
Which like hella rappers die at 27.
Yeah.
Not just rappers.
Oh, my bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Screamers
I
too.
mean,
Yeah.
Amy
Oh,
Winehouse.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
let me
Hella,
get.
He was 27?
hella artists
Yeah.
died.
Dang, yeah, honestly, I thought he
Amy
was older
Winehouse.
than that. Gosh.
Jimi Hendrix.
Was it Mac Miller 27? No, he was damn near 30.
No, he was. Yeah,
He was.
he was 30. He was over.
Oh, I
No.
thought-
He's not over 30.
He passed away what?
Bro, he's a year older than me, and I'm 29.
He died what, like
Yeah,
4
he's
years
30
ago?
right now.
He's not anything right now. He fucking died.
No, he
You're
died.
30
What?
right
That
now.
was
No,
2-3 years ago.
He
You
was
are?
like 20 something when he died.
Probably
30-year-old
27.
ass.
Yeah.
Lem-
No, it was like 5 years ago. It was like
It was 2018.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
I'm backing you up, motherfucker.
Oh. For sure.
Bitch. Wait, what I want to know is who's that fucking person that like finds like a
Oh, 26.
necronomicon,
26?
the necrit. Fuck it.
Those
Who finds
one
the
of those
fucking, like,
spell
book
books.
Oh,
with,
the
like, a face-
Necronomicon?
Yeah, and fucking reads that shit. Like, come on.
The
And like fucking
Necronomicon?
grimoires and shit.
Yeah,
And the books
I
of
like
the
this.
dead. Those are real things, but the Book of the Dead is a real thing.
Yeah,
What
they're
is
real
that?
things. So
It's like a grimoire which basically contains like a bunch of dark magic from
Oh.
like all types of religions and like just like the dark shit and like real like fucking spells and shit.
So
That would be fun to read.
It's funny.
Motherfucker.
No, well, you can't even have access to it.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not?
I think there's 3 books of the dead in like the whole
Yeah,
world.
the
Oh,
whole
shit.
world.
Yeah.
So
Indiana Jones gotta find him.
speaking of
Uh-huh.
that, though, like when I was telling you about this guy, he was like a high-ranking witch, right? Like one of the interviews that I listened to, and he spoke about that, how there are certain books like that, and some of them were written by King Solomon, if you guys know who
Oh yeah.
he
Who's
is.
that?
So
Who's
Solomon, he's the son of King David in the Bible, and what happened was because David was so blessed. He was like, I'm gonna come to Solomon and talk about the Most High. And it's like, I'll give him, And David told him, ask for knowledge. Solomon asked for knowledge, and because he did that, the Most High just made him the wisest man who ever lived. But with that being said, he had a moment where he fell. And with that, a lot of the stuff that he written about witchcraft is used to this day. Mm-hmm. They use those same texts and books that he wrote while he was straying away from the Most High with witchcraft and all that. High-ranking witches read that stuff to this day.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because he was just that knowledgeable about.
So with all that knowledge came bad knowledge too.
Unfortunately, yeah, and knowledge of how to tap into that stuff really. And the Star of David, by the way, the quote-unquote Star of David that's on the Israel flag, that ain't nothing but just a hexagram. He's the one who, I don't want to say discovered that, but he's the one who made that, brought that to the forefront, if you could say. Hence why it's related to modern-day Israel, but that ain't nothing but just a very powerful witchcraft symbol, by the way.
You want to buy that shit on Amazon?
It's Egyptian Prime. Book of the Dead?
Yeah, it's on Prime.
And they... according to the guy, though, the original script, which they say, they're not going to release all of it. They did say, they release it in bookstores, but it ain't, the full thing. It's too powerful. Yeah, that's what he said. It's there's certain knowledge and all that such that only certain ranked witches and warlocks can have access to. And they actually make sort of a pilgrimage out of it.
To go get this book?
To go read it. Because it's only held in certain places. One I think he says in Russia. The other one I think he said is somewhere in the Middle East. Another one is in England. England is England to them is the Mecca of witchcraft.
Really?
Hence why it's the most haunted place on earth.
Black Plague. All the murders.
Whoa.
Yeah. To them, they make a pilgrimage literally to go to England, and that's where the he says it's called the table. I think the table, the circle.
Oh, John Wick.
No, but something along those lines to where it's basically the people that run everything in that whole realm, and it runs so much deeper than what people think.
Bro, I had no idea that England was considered a mecca of spook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know it was the number one.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it's the most haunted place on earth.
Think about all the deaths over all the years.
That's crazy.
Well, and that's where the Church of Satan
all the time.
started
It looks like shit.
That's why the people look like shit too.
I think.
No, but that's where the Church of Satan started too.
But I've also heard that the Church of Satan isn't Satanists. It's not they're worshiping it's just they're against the establishment and shit.
I've heard there's different sects by someone who used to be high ranking in that too. That there's different, just like Christianity, there's different denominations. It's the same thing, which to me is ain't that kind of pointless. But
what's the denomination where they fucking worship snakes and speak in tongues?
That's a good question.
Slytherin.
And they're British.
Well, the sect that I'm thinking of, I think it's primarily down in the south.
What?
Where they're
Georgia, crap like that.
Yeah,
the south.
Where they're holding snakes and
oh yeah,
their eyes rolled in the back. Remember Borat?
Oh yeah.
When they're running around the church and shit, yeah. That shit.
Oh yeah.
I think that was actually in Atlanta.
Probably.
Dang.
Bro, the South is scary to me.
The South is scary. The South is.
Because the South, I mean, you got.
South be Southin'.
You got obviously all the bad energy of slavery, that exists there, right? But also because of that, because of all the Africans that were there, you got
Caribbean.
Yeah. The Caribbean, yeah. You got all those religions, because witchcraft and what we know is brujeria, right? In Spanish, it comes from Caribbean Afro Latinos that come. So I would assume, yeah, bro, New Orleans, I'm terrible. I want to go there. That's like one place I know is hella haunted, but I would go there. Come on, go eat.
I feel you.
Hey,
I feel you
hey.
on that.
We should go next year.
I'm down to go to New Orleans.
Yeah,
Bro,
but
that
next
humidity
year it has
is
to
different.
be like what, February? That's when or March
For Mardi Gras?
for Mardi Gras.
It's in
Ew,
March,
y'all
I
can
think.
go to
Let me see
Mardi
them titties with those beads, bro. Flash right now.
Me and my titty?
Yeah, that's what we'll see.
Gras. He popped out one.
Damn, bro.
He said flash 8 titty.
I did say.
I followed directions.
Hey, if I had beads, I'd give it to you right now.
Oh, man.
You got the buy one get one free, so let me see the other one.
Ah, okay.
Come on, that motherfucker pointy as fuck.
Hairy.
She look like a funnel ball.
Huh?
Your
Bro,
nipples
my
are hairy
shit,
as fuck.
my shit be stopping doors, bro.
Dang.
Come on.
Fucking diamond cutters.
Braid that shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't think... Does anybody here have any experience in witchcraft or cults or anything like that? Kyrie, you're kind of in a cult, aren't you?
No, ain't nobody in no cold. No.
Yeah. I did get some responses, though, but they were just, like, really broad, and I didn't feel like I should read them. I asked, you know, I was like, if you're comfortable, can you elaborate so we can share? And nobody wanted to, and I don't blame them, dude. Like,
What's generally what were they saying?
just like, I don't... One person said, like, I don't have experience with witchcraft, but, like, demons and stuff like that. Yeah, and possession. I was like, oh, like, would you mind elaborating so we could share? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Another person, same thing, was like, yeah, about witchcraft. I was like, oh, like, well, what about it? And nothing.
Nah, yeah.
Bro, I don't blame you. Like, I don't like talking about my experiences either, because
Yeah.
I don't know how that could come back to me.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I mean, I will say, like, sacrifice is a big thing. At least in whatever the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it the wrong thing because, like, I know, like, there's different levels to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
You and I know.
I don't know, like, I don't want to disrespect anyone's religion and, you know, just have it come back to me. But, like, I remember, like, I have, like, done, like, a duck before.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that story's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. We had this fucking duck that we had to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And, like, me and my mom were in the car. The fucking duck gets loose and is flying around the car. We have to pull over. And my mom's like, get it, bro. I was scared of that motherfucker. Because I got attacked by geese when I was a little kid.
Oh, so you're just having all kinds of flashbacks in this
Yeah, this
moment.
motherfucker was like,
Geese
I'm like, what the fuck? Geese are assholes, dude. Yeah, my grandpa took me to a duck pond one time. It was hella geese, and we're feeding them with the bread.
Trying to be hella cute, you over here get traumatized.
For real.
And I was like, I got hungry, so I ate a fucking piece of bread, and they got pissed and chased me.
Man!
And I'm like, bro.
They really say that. What you eat
Can't be
my
fucking with
food
they bread,
for?
boy, come on.
Bro, I was hungry. And my fucking grandpa, he was hella old. He couldn't, like, run out. He was just dying. And I'm fucking just fucking booking it. Trying to get away from these geese. And, like, you know, geese got teeth, though. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That motherfucker bit me in the ass, bro. I
Damn.
was wearing sweats, too. So I felt every inch of that shit,
Oh,
bro.
man. So you actually got attacked,
Like that fucking
attack.
scene in Pokemon, Ash is getting attacked by a little sparrow.
Yeah, dead ass. That's what it was like.
Your grandpa's in the back, you fucking standing in front of him, taking all the
Fuck,
the
bro.
geese eye.
Oh, man.
The geese
If you don't mind me asking, though, Joe,
What?
like a question for you about, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's cool, but like,
I'm gonna die anyways.
oh, that's crazy.
You got goose babies.
But no, last week you had mentioned how, you know, throughout your experiences with that, you have been lied to about what was what and all that such, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just going back to one, it made me think, like, in one of the interviews, the guy said the same thing, how each time he climbed up a rank, it was like, oh no, that was X, Y, and Z. This is like the real thing. As he climbed another rank, oh no, that just means that. No, this is actually what it. And he said, like, that's what made him, like, kind of click that something is off here.
Yeah.
Is because he's like, nah, why is it like every time it seems like I was lied to throughout the whole process? So, like, what was your experience with that, if you don't mind sharing? Of what is it that you discovered that you just kept being lied to about?
So I'm a preface
Yeah.
this with, like, again, like, because I was lied to and all this and that, like
Right.
I don't know what was real,
Right.
what wasn't, what was truth, what was fiction.
Right.
I'm just gonna repeat like what was my understanding and what I was told.
Right.
So how this started, I don't remember. I can say, unfortunately, my mother is very gullible when it comes to these kind of things.
Yeah.
So I think it started there. She started seeing somebody, and I was
You do
having
like that.
just some like issues at the time. At the time, we had gotten evicted from our home. Right, we used to live in like a mobile home. Hayward,
You
right?
got evicted from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we ended up moving in with my auntie in Castro Valley. So that time period, obviously, like I was just not very happy,
Yeah.
right? But like specifically, like how I got involved, I don't know. I think there was some issues that I was having, like with my dad. And I think she was just trying to help me fix that relationship, and this was a suitable solution for whatever fucking reason, right?
Yeah.
And see, the thing is that these people, the ones that are conning and the ones that aren't in this for the right reasons,
Right.
they see your weaknesses and they see what you want, and they feed
Absolutely.
off of that, right? So my mom, was really gullible, opened up to the wrong person. I somehow get dragged into this, right? And my whole life, though, when I was a baby, I was taken to Mexico to go see this high-ranking lady, right? And she told my parents that, like, oh, he has abilities, this and that, right? He's gonna be able
Where
to
they
be,
at?
huh?
Do a backflip.
Huh?
You got abilities, do a backflip.
Look at my titties, then watch.
Come on. Moving your shoulders, but come on.
No, it's not my shoulder. Look.
Alright.
Bitch.
Shake your titties on,
Come
bitch.
Shit like that, right? Like,
Right.
I don't know. And that I had the ability to be able to have, if I was to work on it, like become some high ranking whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
So it's like just kind of always been a thing. And like I said, growing up, like I would always see things, hear things. I was just always like a very frightful kid. I was scared of a lot of things because I can see things that other people couldn't.
Right.
I would be scared of people and not know why. So like I would like be able to tell, like, like my intuition was just really good, and I would be afraid of people. And like I remember, like a more recent example was like my dad had this friend who had this cousin, and that cousin never sat well with me, right? And I mean, come to find out, he's like just a very, very bad person. Just a lot in drugs, and he's got bodies and all that. Explains why, like, I just never felt comfortable in his presence, right? So just things like that.
Yeah.
So I go to my mom to this lady. Again, like when we go to this circle, you have to wear all white. White undies, white socks, white everything, and a white head covering. Because white is the color of purity. You're supposed to go in with pure whatever, right? So we see this lady. I'm not going to say anything about her. Again, I don't want this coming back to me. I have a family I need to protect.
No, I hear that.
Right? We go see this lady. And we get in a circle. There's a couple other family members there that, again, I'm not going to mention who. Especially because you know them. So, whatever. We're in the circle, and the lady leading it. We do like this prayer, and then she's drinking rum. And cigars, right? Cigars is a thing in santeria. I can't tell you why, like what it. I used to know what it was, but I don't know anymore.
Right.
So she'd drink the rum and spit it out, and she'd use it to like cleanse herself, right? She'd do this, and she'd supposedly grab every negative thing, and she'd like that, right? That's how you would cleanse.
Hey,
yourself.
throw it at me. You gotta do that shit.
Oh, bitch! I got nothing on me, bitch. I'm a happy ass bitch.
Come on.
And then yeah. So whatever, we go in, and then she'd like close her eyes, and sometimes it take a minute, sometimes it was instant, but she was channeling 3. They called them saints. Okay, Saint Jude was supposedly one of them.
Yeah, I can already. Yeah.
The other one was, I can't tell you what it was, and the third one I'm not going to say the name. I only said St. Jude's name because it turns out we found out that was never real. She was faking that part. The real one.
But there's some with that even. But go on.
Yeah,
though.
the real one.
I want to hear that too
Was
afterwards.
what?
What he has to say about St.
I know. I want to hear what you got to say too after this.
Okay.
So the real one, I don't feel comfortable saying his name.
Mm-hmm. In which you shouldn't. No.
I don't even know if I want to like say anything about him.
No, that's
I don't
fair.
want people to identify
You
it.
just
But
no, that's fair.
this guy, Saint, I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
He took a liking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted to help me, supposedly, right? Develop, right? And wanted to take me under his wing. He did the same thing with a couple other individuals.
Would these saints like speak through this
Yes.
lady? Like
Yes.
it would actually manifest itself.
Her voice would change.
Mm-hmm.
Her mannerisms, her facial expressions.
So
would
you
change.
can tell
You could tell, yeah, exactly.
Something was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Saint Nick.
Jolly old Saint Nick.
I wish it was fucking Santa Claus. I did that. I wish it was you. So yeah, and we did this weekly for a while, right? And it was just weird shit just started coming out of it, you know. And then like they would tell you things about you that only you would know, right? And it was just weird. Like I didn't like it. I don't like my business put out. Granted, at the time I was 16. I didn't have no skeletons in my closet, right? I still don't, but like what I'm saying is like I'm a very secretive person, especially from like my family. Like I don't like if it was up to me, no one would know that I did this podcast. No one would know that I used to make music. No one would know anything about me. That's just how I like it.
Right.
I mean, with my girl, I tried to hide her as long as I could. It went on for like 6 months. I was able to hide her. Yeah. I just don't like questions. And,
no, I hear you. I hear you. I respect that.
Yeah, I don't like none of that. So, yeah, and then, that's when they started just giving me little tasks to do. Like you have this on you, someone did this. Oh, your dad has a cousin that came over to the house and planted this. And they told us exactly who it was. And we're like, oh shit, right? And yeah, that's when, just shit started getting weird. Right, and then I can't remember why we stopped going. I think just things started coming to light, and one of the people in the circle was actually working for this lady, and was befriending us to find out more about us. And she ended up betraying a bunch of people, and just shit like that.
Right.
So we stopped going to her. One of my aunties that was in that circle, was practices and everything, was able to put some sort of reversal on this lady and get her out of our lives. Her life went to shit. That's actually the lady that I was talking about last week, where I went into like this weird trance and told my mom that she lost her baby because this third saint didn't want her to have it.
Right.
And she actually did end up having a miscarriage after I said that.
Right.
So again, memory's fuzzy about that. I try to erase it, right?
Right.
But then I started going. Now my aunt got us involved with some other fucking lady, and again, there goes my mom. Didn't learn her lesson this first time. We go see this. This is a Filipino lady now. Her I liked. Her I never got any bad vibes about. Right. And her husband was this black dude, and he was what they call a babalao, which is like a high ranking like priest kind of in a way, I guess. Was that what you call? You know what I'm talking about?
Something like that.
Something
I've heard of that term.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like he's high up, right? And he's not one that you talk to directly. You go to him when you are instructed to go to him. But he was super cool. Like when we weren't doing business, he was a cool guy.
Right.
Right. And like I said, I liked them. They had this daughter, and the daughter was supposedly like crazy powerful. She wasn't even allowed to participate with us. She was on a different level, right?
Dang.
So it's at this lady's house that is. I started really seeing stuff with the dead.
That's when it starts to manifest itself.
Yes. And it was because again, things are being made properly, right? So like I was able to see what was really going on.
Yeah.
And this is when you know, like we had to get rid of all whatever was put on us. And she's the one that came to our house to do that cleaning. I told the story last year, but I'll tell it again. I know we got a lot of new listeners. And, so yeah, I mean, for a long time there was weird stuff going on in my parents' house. Like I said, it was mostly like in their bedroom. I can hear some people running around when there would be nobody home.
Right.
Doors would slam. One time I saw a lady just scrubbing like
Right.
robotically, like the toilet
Yeah.
upstairs. I thought it was my grandma. My grandma
Right.
wasn't even there. Just weird shit, right?
Right.
And I would be terrified to be there alone. My sisters wouldn't want to be there alone. Nobody, right? So this lady, this Filipino lady, comes, does a cleaning. She had told us what to buy. So remember, we bought a bunch of white ceramic plates. We bought a fresh coconut. Make sure it has a lot of water in it. We shook it. We heard water, right? It's fresh coconut. So she goes from one corner of the property all the way around inside the house, like a mouse, like sticks to the edges of the right. Goes upstairs, rolling the coconut, right, and she stops going upstairs. She's like, something does not want me to go upstairs, and she said she got dizzy, and like when she was going up the stairs, it seemed like they never ended, like she was never making progress. Right. Of course, to us, it's just like she just went up the fucking stairs. I can't see that, right? But whatever, she makes it up, does the thing, right, and then we go to the backyard, and she does something with like the plates. She cracks open the coconut over one of the plates, and it's completely dried and rotted from the inside. Dust, blue, moldy.
Right.
Bro, we just bought this today.
Right.
It was a fresh coconut with hella juice inside of it, hella water. So what the fuck? My dad never believed in this stuff. But watching this, like, I wish I took a picture, man. It was priceless. Like, the look on his face, he was terrified.
Right, because you can't explain that.
This is not possible.
Yeah.
What really got him, though, was in that ash, she did something and blew, and a hoof appeared in the fucking plate.
Nope.
And she said, there's something, this thing is just walking around your property, patrolling it, waiting. This thing with hooves.
Waiting for what?
I don't know. Just keeping energy inside.
Yeah.
And then she drops the plate. A ceramic plate, when you drop it, ceramic breaks in big chunks. Right? We all agree, right?
Yeah.
Ceramic would break in a big chunk. You drop a ceramic mug, it'll break in maybe 1 to 2 pieces.
And you bought these plates.
And I bought these plates, right? Shattered into little tiny shards. And my dad is a very, to him, logical person.
Right.
He's like, he could not
You can't explain
how does it break like that.
Yeah.
After that day, like, I didn't hear nothing no more in the house. I think in recent years, this was like in what, 2010? 11? Something. 2011. I was in college, so 2011. I think maybe like recently, it feels a little weird there again. But also things have happened that could probably have a lot of bad energy that would reattract something there. But it was about that time when I was like, I'm hella good.
Yeah.
Like, I want nothing
Like,
to
that's
do with
enough.
this.
Yeah.
I can't sacrifice the animal. Like I said, we did the duck, we did rabbits. I think we did a chicken one time. And I didn't know what I was doing this for. No one told me anything. I was just, because I could do it, I had to do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was doing, who I was hurting, or what. And like if you know me, like, I don't know, man. I don't like to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not who I am. Right? I'm not a confrontational person. I don't wish ill on nobody, right? I mean, people could think what they want about me, but like, I know in deep down inside, like, I'm not that person. Also, like with that candle thing I was talking about last week. What happened to that girl? I don't know. Did I do something bad to that girl? Or did I just make her fuck off? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So, I was good, man. I was hella good.
Right.
And, I mean, now, I've just been a little worried. Because Because my dad's been finding weird shit around this property. He found like a pile of sticks or some shit. That's not good. He found black dirt.
He told me that there was like just like salt inside
Salt,
the house.
yeah.
Like just randomly like spread.
People have been trying to break into his house lately.
Yeah.
He found a pile of black dirt. Black dirt comes from a cemetery.
In my opinion,
Your daddy got to come over.
I mean, he could, but even that though, when it comes to that, by the way, it only works, number one, if the person who's asking for help humbles themselves and seeks the Most High. It's like if you keep on doing what you're doing, it's like, well, you know, like you're actually gonna make it worse if you go there, do what you do, and you keep on doing the same thing. Then it's just like, oh, you didn't learn your lesson now? Oh, okay, bet. Like you're literally asking for it at that point. So therefore, it like just becomes worse. But with that, I personally think, because from my vantage point, you're asking to get rid of evil with evil. And so it's kind of like, to me, from your vantage point, you said that like things were chilling after that in that house, and I just think personally that it was still there. It just was kind of just like, we just gonna wait, chill out, and then if people are trying to break into your house, that whatever is there is attracting them to come there and do whatever else it is to try to manifest some more stuff. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's real or not.
I go to that house.
Yeah.
It's my father-in-law.
You're right. Yeah, come on, baby.
But even then, like when I first started going there, I've always felt a bad energy, and they've always told me that it's like it's their grandparents, because they always felt that good energy, and I
never felt that good energy.
No.
That's them. You know?
Oh, that's them. Yeah, but I've never felt that energy there. Even when I'm there now, I don't like being there too long.
Yeah.
But I believe in, even if it's just like something spiritual, and it might not be something like demonic happening to you, but just bad shit happening to you. Because I know, like, I'm not trying to put hell of his business out there, but you know, he has tools, you know, and you never know who's watching. So like we told him, like, get cameras, you know, because he has a lot of tools and stuff, you know, and that shit. Right. Yeah, that's already he has a truck too, so that's already like a, you know what I'm saying, like, right, high,
a beacon.
Yeah, and like, you know, and like down that street, like even with the neighbors, you know, they always had kind of some sort of beef. So like, you never know. It could be just the neighbors, like, hey, you know, he's not home at this time. Go now. You know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I go over there and I try to like be there in a good presence, and like even then, like,
but your stomach is just churning the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's.
So could it just be the house?
It could. I mean, this is something like within my vantage point. That's called discernment, right? When it's just like something just don't feel right. You know, it doesn't even necessarily have to be all the way spiritual, like you said. It can be about any situation. It could just be like, I feel like I could just not go out tonight, and then come to find out, like, you avoided a car accident, or just, you know, like any situation. But if you seem to always go into a particular area, go around somebody, go into a particular environment, and it's always listen to that, because that means just something about that situation is all the way off, and just like, you know, the wolf in sheep's clothing analogy. I mean, that comes from scripture. That's what it's about, you know. Like, a situation might seem harmless, but it's completely dangerous to you in more ways than one.
My dad's pretty gullible to that shit too. Like, he believes in it, but like, I don't understand where his logic comes from. Like, there was a time where I was just hella bad shit just kept happening to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, go talk to this lady and she could see your future. But she was like, not like a psychic. She was like some, like, I don't even know who she was, but I might was like, no, because I don't know what has she done. I don't know what she practices. I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I said, like people, you don't know their intentions. Like they could feed off of that. They'd be like, okay, he's having money problems. All right, I'm gonna make him lose everything, so he has to come back to me. He has to keep coming back to me.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, hey, I repent anything, any energy. Like I want my household. I want it to be a happy
TikTok
household.
comments.
I do not claim this energy. Yeah, but seriously though, like I hate talking about this type of shit because I don't understand it all the way. Like even though like I have a lot of experience in it, it's some of the worst times of my life.
I hear you.
And like some of the scariest. Like it's just like that feeling of you're just never comfortable, no matter where you are. Or like when you live somewhere, like you're just never comfortable because you don't know what's happening next, what's coming for you next. I don't want to live like that.
That seems terrifying.
Like I'd rather just, and granted, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in God. And I'd rather just have the relationship I have with God as what it is, whereas I like, like I love and respect you, God, and let that be that, right? Like God knows that I'm a pure heart, right? Like, and if I'm not, then I'm trying my hardest to get there, right? I would hope God knows that, right? So I just, the only thing that matters to me right now is just me and my own family that I've made, and my household, and so I got no business going around these people. Like if it's working for you, for sure, go ahead. But I want nothing to do with that. No. And I'm sorry if I disrespected anybody, but like I gave that disclaimer, man. This is my memory off of fucking 13 years ago. I didn't say no names. I will never say names.
A location. Really.
I will never ever say anything like that because again, man, like just know like. Nah, and and I know I can't be the only one. Like there's so many probably so many people like me that got conned and tricked into doing shit, and they prey on people like my mom who don't have the fucking common sense to realize that shit is just bad, bro. And that's really frustrating to me. Is like, you put your whole family at risk for what?
But that's the thing.
Really, for what?
The sad thing is though is that they come after and they come after people who are either gullible or they come at even smart people or people who aren't gullible because they seem like I'm just here to help you.
But they're really good at showing you what you need to be shown.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
I mean,
they show you exactly. So I mean, like, exactly and my bad if I come off like I got some issue with my mom. We've had I speak openly about this and how I feel about this and what she's done or whatever because me and her have already had this conversation. Right. I would never say something on here that could possibly get back to her, and we've never said it before. Like, right. And I do that with everybody in my life. Like, I would never go on a public platform and say something about you that I've not already talked about with you. Yeah. Whether you remember that conversation or not, that's up to you. But I know, because I wouldn't want that done to me. I wouldn't want to find out somebody feels some type of way about me off a fucking podcast. Right. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, for real.
But yeah, man, that's some evil shit out there, man. And I just tell anybody listening, like, if you want to dabble in that shit, you just be careful, man. And honestly,
don't even do that.
Don't even do it, bro. Like, honestly, just don't do it. Like, I truly believe that shit will work out for you in the way it's meant to work out for you. And that's that. Like, we have a path that is already carved out for us. We may not understand it now, but it'll just work out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you've been listening to us since day one, we've given you plenty of examples of how this actually happens.
Go through your struggles, man. Everyone got to go through their struggles.
You got to go through your struggles so you can appreciate the good times. A different person. Exactly. And you can that shit will make you stronger, man. It's gonna suck for a little bit. I know it is.
Everybody great's supposed to go through something.
Yeah,
just that old quote.
If I didn't grow up so fucking poor and all that shit, like I would never appreciate the little things that I have. Mm-hmm. Right, and like to the person who's in that situation now, it seems like I have a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's like what I had to do to get here and bust my ass since I was 14. I've been working since I was 14, 13, 14. Like I've been busting my ass, and I'm proud of myself. And unfortunately, I mean, yeah, I made a bad call, and and did this type of shit, but you gotta understand, man, like, when I talk about this, like, I know what I'm talking about when I'm trying to warn y'all. Like, don't play with this type of shit. I have seen lives get completely ruined. Bro, I got an aunt. She's a cousin, actually. Fuck that bitch. I'll tell her business. Bro, she put fucking period blood in her husband's food so that he will never leave him. Oh, never leave her. Bro, you see the way... I used to think he was just low-key, like, slow.
Yeah.
When I was growing up. But he's just, like, so enamored with her that he's like a zombie. He's like the dad in Coraline.
Yeah.
The other father. How he's just, like, going along with everything. That's how he is, bro.
Wow.
And, yeah, when that came out, I'm like, that makes hella sense. I'm not even going to question it. Because this bitch is fucking weird.
Wow.
So, I mean, unfortunately, like, both sides of my family, they do shit like this.
Yeah.
Right?
So, it's like, either way, you can escape it, but it's like it's always kind of there.
That's why I keep to myself, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I keep to myself. I'm very selective about whose events I go to, whose homes I go to.
Right.
You know, like, I just keep to myself because I really don't trust a lot of people.
I don't think you can, honestly.
Kids are really susceptible to this shit, so I don't bring mine around just anybody.
That's why they go after the youth, like, in particular, because it's one, because of innocence and purity of children. Like, that's, like you said, that's how they're more susceptible to this type of stuff, and it opens doors that much easier because of their purity. You know, it's jacked up how that works, but that's unfortunately how it works.
Say it with me. It's fucked up.
It's jacked up.
It's fucked up.
It's jacked up. It's jacked up.
It's fucked up. Well, he said it.
You stupid.
Oh man, but yeah, it's some crazy shit out there, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe.
Y'all be smooth though.
Don't let that shit happen to me though. I got some stories though.
Yeah.
I went on. Man, these stories were hard to find. Okay, I got some good stories.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Like, I was looking for cult stuff.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about witchcraft on this show before.
Yeah.
But man, it's just so hard to find good information about it. I gotta buy a book and shit, bro. I don't want to buy no damn book.
And don't do that.
Just join the cult and then come back and tell us.
I should just leave for a year and come back.
Yeah. Bring back your new cult family.
No, come with me. Come with me.
Why would I go with you?
Well, the fuck would I go by myself? I'm brown.
Yeah, more
You got
survival.
this.
If you bring him, they'll accept him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'll drop you off.
You'll be a power couple.
You want to know why though? It's because
Y'all
one
hella
of
powerful.
I actually know where we can find a cult too.
Where?
of course.
Where are we going to go? What cult is it?
The
Gone.
Seven Hills cult and the
I've heard
Operation
about that cult. In my
Mountain.
research, I have found that you know which cult. I'm sure you guys.
My
know
my
about this.
roommate got really into like I don't know, he went on some tangent where he just like watched videos on them all the time. They're kind of interesting.
Davey.
Davey. It wasn't Davey, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh no, Davey!
Shout out
Protect
Davey.
Davey.
Their recruitment process is hella interesting. So what they'll do is they'll kind of show up. So you're going hiking in the Appalachians is how they get you.
What the fuck?
Who would sign up for that? Number one.
Well,
But anyway.
Okay.
So
no,
like
no.
regular hikers that are hiking there, they'll
Yeah.
go on to find like
Yeah,
like
so how it works is they
okay.
try to recruit you while you're just like, I want to go hiking.
That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
On these certain trails.
What
that
if you
they
say
just
no? They
happen
just
to
gonna
roam.
kidnap you.
yeah.
And so you're like innocent hiker dude number 2, and they'll just like show up and be like super friendly dudes, kind of like,
Right.
hey, what's up? We're hiking through the woods, and you're like, okay, cool.
They just seem to
You wanna
look like
see
people
what
that just
Wakanda?
so happen to be on the same trail. Or something
yeah,
like that.
they're just hikers. That's
Yeah.
they're a hiking cult is
Yeah.
the other thing.
Yo, so check this out. Oh no, were you done? I'm sorry.
No, I'm not done.
Oh.
And
My fucking bad.
yeah, come on, man.
Stop taking long pauses.
Okay. I'm trying to think of it because it's been like half a year since I talked to them about it, and they'll like, you'll be hiking, and then all of a sudden they'll like, show up, and then obviously they'll be like, "What's up, yo?" And then
Yeah.
That's
They'll-
fucking creepy, man.
they'll keep following you through the trail,
Pushing
and
off a
they're
fucking
better
cliff.
hikers than you, so
Yeah, because they probably
Oh,
stay up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Huh?
yeah, they live up there. That's where they live.
The hell? Ooh, I got the
And-
chills. Hell no.
They will try to
That's
recruit
scary.
you multiple times through
East
the
Coast
course of your
suckers.
hike.
So I've seen a video, not about that, but just about the area, like the Appalachians in general. Like,
Yeah.
it's a very poor area.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very like weird and very racist area too.
I'd imagine.
So yeah, I would be scared.
Yeah.
like, to go hiking, like just like knowing what kind of people live around there.
I think it would be a fun hike.
I mean, it's a beautiful area. Like it looks beautiful. But anybody that comes up to me in a fucking forest,
Right.
I'm not giving you any.
For real facts, I'm good.
I'd rather have
haunted,
Sasquatch come up to me.
Oh, me
than
too.
People trying to
Deadass.
fucking recruit me in the forest.
Deadass.
Someone try to recruit you in the forest, Isaac?
Hmm?
Oh, what?
No, I said I'd rather encounter a Sasquatch coming up to me than anybody trying to get me to join any fucking club in the forest.
I think so too.
The Appalachian
Honestly.
Mountains are also supposed to be haunted.
Why?
Just hella shit goes on up in the hills.
There's a lot of coal miners that die up there.
Coal miners, also like
People go missing.
people go missing, and there's like foul play suspected,
Mm.
allegedly.
Always.
So there's a lot of dead
Bohemian
bodies
Grove.
up there.
It's the boonies.
It's
You know
Yeah.
about that shit?
I'm gonna try and find that documentary I was watching. It's on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
It's only like 20 minutes long.
This-
It's really just like a YouTuber. Like he goes to like the poorest areas of the country. It's super poor there.
Yeah.
I'll put in the Discord. Y'all go watch
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
You'll
sure.
find it.
I'm
Yeah.
watching that shit.
And there's nothing scary about it. It's just like
No, it's just
it just shows like
informational. Yeah.
it just shows like how poor it is. Like that's what it focuses
Yeah.
on is poverty. But you can see what he's talking about, like the kind of people that live up there.
We get real poor, and when we get real poor, we get real weird.
what the fuck?
Hey man, I've seen some shit.
What have you seen?
Well, like, I think I watched like a similar documentary where they're just going around and, like, just how poor America gets. Like, it's the boonies, and when you get into the boonies, there's also like the law doesn't really matter as
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Cause you,
Moonshiners.
yeah, you call the cops and it'll be like 3 hours before they even give a shit to come down.
Well,
with
that's
you.
here too, though.
God.
Well, that depends on where you are. You call the cops in Pleasanton, they'll be there in 5 minutes. You call the cops
By the
here.
time you hang up the phone, they're already there. We'll put the crime scene tape
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, we
They hang up
got.
the phone for you.
They jump off the phone like viruses.
Dude, it's for real though. If I call the cops at Pleasanton, which we've had to like call on like randos coming from BART all the time,
Oh yeah.
and they'll be there. They're there within like 5
They got
minutes.
nothing else to do.
Nah.
They don't.
They just sit there and wait
Randos
for
are
something to
hard.
happen.
They literally do.
They're enthusiastic.
Okay, the people who come off of BART who are a little, out there.
We know what you mean.
What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean.
You know what you mean.
What do you say? You've seen some shit. What have you seen though? You've yet to share.
Like, I've been up in the woods before.
Which woods?
Different ones.
Bohemian Grove.
No, I
Telling
haven't
you.
gone to Bohemian.
What is
Grove.
that? He said that too.
I've gone up.
It's.
We talked about it last year.
Did we?
It's like a forest where they supposed to have all their rituals, like all the famous people.
Oh
shit.
Oh, the ones where they like sacrifice to the big giant owl in the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to
And
go
apparently
find
there's, like, a
that.
video-
God, that
There's
they
like a video on the
sacrifice and
internet
do.
of
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
there's like a video on the internet, like on TikTok, of someone supposedly like recording them from like hella far away, like in a
You know
tree.
who that was?
Oh,
I had a family joke.
I was Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he says it was him.
No, but
He said he was
But
the one
it's
recording.
it's not too far from us either.
No, it's in
the
California.
Bay.
It's in
No,
California.
what the
It's
fuck?
north.
Yeah.
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 It's like what 30 minutes outside San Francisco or something.
No
like that?
way.
It's like not
It's
too
not
far
that
from
far
that
from
close.
here.
I think I actually like camped out nearby there one time.
I
course
thought
you
it was.
did,
I thought
yeah.
it was way further up.
This is the widest thing he's
I
ever
didn't think
seen.
it'd be here.
Okay, where am I
But
supposed to
celebrities
camp?
and yeah, maybe.
Where
It's
there's
like
not scary.
Anywhere else, Nick?
Huh?
It's like north
It's
of Napa.
beautiful though.
Wow.
That's great.
I think it's a little bit further than 30 minutes, but it's like
He's like,
I forgot what national.
No, I
park,
was just
but
listening though.
there's like what was like Yellowstone, like hella people go missing, or like some national park. There's just like people going missing all the fucking time. It's probably because they get abducted over there and for weird shit.
I said, wilderness.
Bohemian Grove, I'm telling you.
The wilderness is beautiful, but it's terrifying. So with Nick saying that how people follow you around, like cults and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found a story about a person who was able to get out of a cult.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is their experience.
Sheesh. Okay.
He put the Kool-Aid down, bro.
Oh, so I learned where that term comes from.
Jonestown.
Oh, you
Jonestown.
just
I didn't know that it came
Yeah.
from Jonestown.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Jonestown was crazy.
Yeah, that's
That
Yeah.
was actually tragic.
and the
seen the video?
reason why I
It's
think
scary.
This video?
There's
Oh, yeah.
pictures
When
of
they're
literally
going through, yeah.
so many people just laid the fuck out. Kids.
I've
and-
seen the picture.
Kids and everything.
Yeah.
they
Well, they
have
did the kids
audio
first.
recording of it too, and
Oh.
that's
Oh my
yeah.
God.
You hear the way the kids scream is like, oh,
I'm
no.
good. I'm good.
Yeah,
I wanna
no.
see that.
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen that, but I saw like videos of
There's
like
documentaries
cops
on it.
going.
Yeah.
That's why I heard.
We're watching
the
a
audio.
documentary and the
Yeah.
cops
Wasn't that
are,
like what in
going
San
in.
Francisco?
It's just everybody laying in like
No,
up
South
bunk
America.
beds and shit.
It looks surreal.
with like
What am I thinking about?
Just a
hoods over
whole
them.
bunch of dead bodies. Just all
900
just
and like
laying
80
there.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn Jonestown wasn't fucking.
I think it's
It's
90.
like
It's in
Utah.
a different color. No, the
It was in South America.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. I
I'm
forget
thinking of
what it was.
another
But the CIA
fucking
still
massacre that happened in San Francisco.
Yeah, there was one that
It
yeah,
was like in Ecuador, right?
something like that. I forget what the place was called. There's a weird name though.
Yeah.
But they went over there basically to escape the government here. That was like starting to look into them.
Oh wow.
Well, you know, Angela Davis and Huey Newton were like a part of that. Well, not a part of it, but they supported it because of its initial, like what they said they were standing for.
Yeah, it'd be
They were
like
misled
that, though.
to-
yeah,
yeah.
it'd be like that though. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here's about this guy that left. I'm assuming he's a guy. I don't know. So I was raised Catholic, but over time, my family stopped going to church. I guess I was so used to belonging to something, and I actually began to miss it. A little over a month ago, my life went to shit. My girlfriend broke up with me. I was rejected from my dream school and started drinking. Drinking ain't that bad.
That's crazy.
So one day at a low point, I get a text from someone I hung out with in high school. It hasn't been too long since we graduated, so I hadn't forgot about them yet. They contacted me and told me they found a letter about a group welcoming people that are going through a lot in their lives. So I got into contact with this group. It was a bit sketchy, but I felt like I had to go along with it. Because of COVID, I joined this place online. It was pretty cool the first time I went, actually. The people were welcoming and nice. I felt really good about it. Our name was the People of the Green Blue Horizon.
That sounds like a cult.
It's not a real name. He says in the comment that
Oh,
it's
okay.
a fake name.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, come on, bro.
No, he's using fake. Any name he drops is fake.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Because he says that if you Google it, you'll be able to find it.
Oh,
He doesn't
wow.
want nothing to. Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Yeah,
really fair.
Around the third meeting, shit got weird. I started learning about an entity called Mr. X. What I got from it is this Mr. X guy is the answer to everything. They believe in the golden spiral and how it leads to Mr. X. Weird. Well, I was kind of like, okay, this is odd, but I'll go along with it. A guy named Alec, not his real name, messaged me after the meeting and introduced himself, explaining he's the editor for the YouTube channel. He told me it was called Happy Fun Time Inc. I didn't ask him more about it because I was tired and wanted to go to bed. These meetings went from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., by the way. A few meetings down the road, the Green Blue Horizon got even weirder. I felt as if I was being watched. I was never tested for schizophrenia, nor do I have hallucinations. I kind of just let this roll off my back. Until I actually started to see the people from the Green Blue Horizon everywhere. It was as if they knew where I lived. I'm very skeptical of everything ghost related, anything that I can't explain. But this was getting to me. It was as if these people were controlling my life. I find it odd that the introduction to this cult appeared after all this shit happened in my life. After logging next time I asked about it, if they're around, what the fuck? After logging next time I asked about it, if they're around where I live or in my state, they said they aren't. I asked where they are from, and they quickly changed the subject. I thought this was sketchy. I wondered where they originated from. I did some background research on them. After finding jack shit, I questioned everything even more. I began seeing the golden spiral everywhere. If you remember, the golden spiral was taught to us. I also told the church this, and they told me it's a great thing, that Mr. X is near, and I appear to be the chosen one. I dismissed that. I shouldn't have, but I did. Well, I began to have dreams about the spiral. It was so weird. I still don't know why I did. I got a knock at my door one night. I was groggy as fuck and went to the door. I found a note at my feet and I picked it up. It read, "We've been watching you. I'm close. I'm always here. Don't leave us now. There's so much for you to learn." Smiley face. Oddly enough, that was my last straw. I got freaked out and cut contact with the organization. I blocked numbers, emails, everything. I even moved states. I guess you can call it an escape, but yeah. That's weird, bro. You start seeing... That's what Nick reminded me. He said you see the Jehovah's Witnesses everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
You always gotta wonder, like... Random people in the background. Why are they there? Are they really just bystanders?
Ain't nobody random in the background.
NPCs.
I'd be random in the background.
I used to have an NPC brain. I used to think of people just as NPCs that just don't have their own lives. And then I started thinking, like, every person is their own individual who has the capacity to be nice and has the exact same capacity to just want to kill somebody. Like, you have to think about that for every individual person. You can't just blow off people in the background, because while you were just eating right there, you never know, motherfucker could be having the worst day of his life and just decides to walk into where you are and just fuck shit up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I think about it. You just gotta be on your toes. But you be sucking on
I bet.
It be, you know, it's interesting because, like, I've also heard that sometimes people are, like, legit sent to kind of steer you along that way too. Like, once again, I'm so sorry, but, like, one of those people, once again, he said even his like elementary school teacher, like, one or two of them were, like, literally sent in his life to steer him towards a certain direction. So I find that, like, kind of like just eerie, you know? Like, dog, y'all really be doing the most out here.
like the movie Hereditary. That whole movie's based on just like everyone around their kids was like prepping them for the event to come in the end.
You gotta watch that movie, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Like,
I ain't gonna watch
But
it.
yeah, it's just legit. Like, so much shit was happening in the background their whole lives, but they didn't know what it was. But it was them getting prepped for a big moment in their lives. That's crazy. You never know what the
But
fuck.
it be like that.
Like, you could be living your life for someone else's purpose,
Yeah.
and their purpose is for you to live your life, like, only for one reason. That's scary as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna watch that movie?
No,
Why?
I'm just not.
You scared? It's okay if you are. That sounded hella like asshole. I'm being dead ass.
No,
Why
no,
don't
I
you
wouldn't
wanna
say
watch it?
scared, but just like, I'm just not.
You feel like you're inviting something by watching it?
Maybe so, yeah. Maybe
feel
so.
that.
Just don't watch a review on it and act like you've seen it.
Alright, for sure.
Well, would you read the summary of it? Like, would
I'll
you?
read the summary of it, or like,
I feel like
watch.
even, I feel like even that would be pretty intense.
Y'all can tell me what happened.
Not right now.
It's
Okay.
it's
It deserves it.
amazing. It's amazing.
It's a really good movie. Yeah.
I believe you.
We should watch it next Friday.
I'm cool off the creepy shit, man. Creepy shit's been
Or is
happening.
it 20?
Oh, we out, Josh, man. We out, man.
Really?
It's the second year and just nah.
We out playing a Ouija board and watching Hereditary with a witch.
Nah, bro.
Dressed up as Jehovah's Witnesses.
Come on, I'm dressing up as Jim Jones.
I'll be your Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah. So yeah. So look, this is a
Come on,
story
bro.
here. Tells you why you shouldn't fuck with people or like with magic and shit. Like my old
Gathering?
neighbor, huh?
Magic the Gathering.
Go
Bitch.
ahead.
My old neighbor would tape newspapers with some sort of herb in a petri dish and would try to use brujeria against her. My mom was extremely religious and was able to ward off magic casted against her. Turns out the neighbor was diagnosed with brain cancer a couple weeks after and shortly died a year later. Never mess with witchcraft if you're not experienced. Because that shit could happen. That shit, they do like a reversal spell type shit. That shit comes back to you tenfold.
Yep. I heard about that.
Be careful. Actually, I have a story.
That shit is low-key like, it's like fucking Pokemon shit. Use Protect, use Reflect.
Yeah.
Right.
Reflect the
I don't-
fucking spell
Did I
that
not
gets you.
save it?
I don't remember if I talked about it last year,
Fucking
but
Hogwarts.
my aunt used to like
I didn't save it.
fuck with like magic. She had like black magic books and white magic books. She was a bitch. I didn't fuck with her. But every time I was over her house, I don't know.
She beat your ass too?
I didn't like the vibes. No, she tried. Fuck.
You hit it with the equal rights, equal fights. Huh?
No, I
Equal
just
rights and
I
live.
legit because like there's a time where like my grandpa like lived with him, so I would just like stay in his room. Like I legit did not. I didn't. She was a bitch. I'll just leave it at that. I didn't
say it
fuck
to her
with
face.
I didn't fuck with her. I can't.
She died?
Yeah.
Damn. She's everywhere
You
now.
a bitch.
She's a witch, probably.
She used to kick it with apparently she used to kick it with Sofia Coppola.
Fuck is that?
Who's that?
Who's that?
The cracker's boiling water.
She directed Lost in Translation. Her father
You said Coppola?
made Coppola, yeah.
Oh shit.
Francis Ford
Oh, for
Coppola.
oh, okay. I know who
Oh,
Francis Ford
okay,
was,
yeah.
We all know.
I don't know the other
Yeah,
bitch.
I know who Francis is.
That's his daughter then?
That's yeah. Her dad's Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay.
Francis.
Francis.
This one reminded me of that whole question that was asked for Kyrie. Like, why didn't you keep any of the Nazi stuff?
Oh.
Right? This is why. So I'm a 21-year-old female. Hit me up. I no longer live in my family home, but I do live about 30 minutes away. This story goes back a couple of years. I remember this happened shortly after I graduated high school. My grandfather had died of a tragic death, and a number of years ago when my father and brother were going through an old storage locker, they found a box of his things. Most of it was just close personal stuff for him, such as a certificate they gave him when he got his citizenship, a picture of him and my grandmother, stuff like that. One of the things, though, that was found was a pendant of sorts. I think that's the right word, at least. It was purple and had some gold pieces. I'm not sure how to describe it. It's nothing I would wear personally, and honestly, it didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. My dad took a few of the things, including the pendant, and made a framed memorial plaque for my grandmother to hang at our house. My grandmother lived with us at the time, and she hung it on the wall next to some other pictures. So over the next few weeks, we had started experiencing some strange things. I remember coming home from Mass one morning and finding a glass shattered in the middle of the table, a flower pot with completely dead flowers in it, and our dogs were refusing to go into this one room. That's also happened to me. I used to have this dog.
Yeah.
When we lived in like a little mobile home, she would refuse to come in my room at night. And when she did, she'd look into the closet and like flinch
Oh yeah.
and like run away.
To me, that would tell me right there. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
man, gosh, I'm sorry.
yeah. I should gas though.
Okay.
I got a little. It got a little scarier when we would hear things being knocked over in the middle of the night. Things like kitchen chairs, or dishes from the sink, and at one point a lamp was found knocked over on our floor. My mother and grandmother claimed to have lit a candle for a vigil to hopefully stop the activity, and both claimed that the candle would not stay lit for more than a couple seconds. My siblings and I were scared to stay in the house alone. My father worked all day, and there would be periods of time when we would be alone for a couple of hours. We would always get the same feeling of being watched, even though I was an adult at the time. One of the scariest experiences of my life came when I was woken up in the middle of the night to my mother and grandmother telling me to come into the living room. I was half asleep and half dressed. I remember having to sit there with my mother, father, grandmother, and siblings all on our knees, holding hands, saying the Our Father in Spanish. We did this for almost an hour. As we were about to end, I could hear a whisper, though it didn't sound like it came from the same room. It said, "Déjame en paz. Leave me alone." When I remember when I came back home one day, I noticed the pendant was removed from the plaque. I had many questions, but both my grandmother and mother refused to answer them. I don't know what they saw that night, and I don't know what I heard. I just know that we never had any issues after the pendant was removed. However, my grandmother passed away last year and told a family secret about my grandfather having been given the pendant from his brother, who was also suspected to have something to do with his death. I don't know exactly how these events can combine to equal an explanation of what happened, but I don't feel it's a coincidence. That's why, like, I don't be buying like antiques. None of that shit, bro. You don't know what kind of energy. People really don't be believing that energy can attach to an object.
It sure enough can, though.
Preach.
100% it can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those moon crystals.
Yeah,
Like,
hell no.
that's what that the whole thing is.
I used to have this Ratatouille flashlight, and every time I used it,
That's
I,
crazy.
I know my condos be haunted too. All the dead fucking sperms that were in there.
That's crazy.
use the same one over and over. Or what?
Huh? No, the garbage can. I just hear rattling in there. Babies crying and shit. This next one is a witch encounter in Mexico. First of all, you go to Mexico, 99% chance you're gonna walk by a witch.
Like, actually.
Yes. Specifically, there's a state in Mexico called Veracruz, and they're really famous for their witchcraft in the mountains. This city called Catemaco. I think I'm saying it right. Catemaco.
Ow.
You out,
Yeah.
fucking asshole.
My neighbors, I said
Asshole.
before, I used to hear so many stories about Mexico
What?
from my neighbors.
They be going to do spells and shit?
No, but just like my, neighbor, the dad, he used to tell me. I used to think it was him trying to scare me when I was a kid, but when he passed away, they were like, no, they were serious, they didn't like talking about that shit, but just a white witch messing with him and a shadow figure that is in hospitals trying to steal babies.
Oh.
Just hella shit. So fucking, I'm sure some shit goes down.
Yeah. So one of the most famous, or not famous, but
Well known.
common
Yeah.
versions of these witches are when they sell their souls or something to the devil, they become owls or these owl-like creatures. So if you look down at their feet, they don't want you to know that they don't have feet. So that's why they stay far away. They always appear like old ladies or hunched over because they don't want you to see their true form, right? And so if you discover that they don't have feet or whatever, they get fucking mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I heard this before.
Yeah. So
Have you seen
this
that video of a witch flying?
uh-huh.
And
There's
it's
hella videos.
grainy, but there's a witch, and it looks like a witch. It looks like someone on a broom, and there's you just can't explain that shit. It's just
That's scary.
Yeah.
because this was from, I want to say the early 2000s, so it's before we had drones and shit. So it's just
Yeah.
I can't explain that shit.
CGI, man. CGI.
It was E.T.
Not back then, yeah,
It
bro.
was found footage though.
Or
on a
there was
camcorder.
there's another one about a security guard. I think it was in
Oh,
that same area.
the Middle East, and it was a girl screaming, pulling up to an army base,
Oh yeah, I've seen that one
a
too.
post.
That one, dude.
I've
The
seen that
one. The one that fucking gives me goosebumps, I have goosebumps right now. Fucking, it's in the Middle East, and it's a truck just driving in the dark.
I know
And
exactly
then-
what you're talking about.
bro. Oh
And
my
she's hunched
God.
over and she starts fucking
she's,
running towards him.
in a
Yeah.
cloak, and she starts running at him.
But see how she can't walk right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
See?
And dude, you could be oh, this is fake, but you can hear.
You can hear it in his
The
voice,
fear
bro.
in his voice. He's screaming. He's like, "Oh my God, bro! It's fucking crazy."
Yeah, that shit is scary. So this was one. And he actually kind of talks about a little bit of what I was just talking about. So, in Mexican folklore, an archetypical witch is the lechuza, or an owl witch.
Lechuga.
Oh. It is said a lechuza makes a pact with Satan or other evil spirits in order to gain this ability. They are often portrayed as older women, and it is said that he removes their legs and hides them while they are in their owl form. As a child, I was told legends by my maternal grandmother, who swore encounters with witches. Luckily, I wouldn't have any encounters until my adulthood, 2 years ago. I was in Mexico, my dad's hometown, a small town of maybe 9,000. Our house in Mexico is a fair bit away from the main town at the very end of a long dirt road. To the left of the road is a small traditional houses, and to the right is a deep gully/trench, which was once a river. And on the other side of the gully is woods. It was around the time of the town's festivals, which was an excuse for the adults to get drunk in the town's plaza while the kids played at the fair. Sound familiar, Bob?
Yeah.
I opted on leaving early as I was tired and didn't like drinking. I hitched a ride with someone from town who lived at the beginning of the dirt road, which meant I'd have to walk about a mile. Close enough. 10 minutes into my walk, I heard what sounded like birds and assumed the birds nearby in the trees were settling down for the night. I looked at the trees, and about 10 feet up, I saw a pair of bright orange eyes staring me down. I was unnerved, but pushed on and ignored it. I heard more rustling and looked back, noticing the eyes had gone, which led me to believe the bird had flown away. When suddenly I heard a voice from the bottom of the gully. "Hey sir, come here." I decided to ignore it, but it kept on pestering me until I snapped and walked toward the gully to tell this woman to leave me alone. I started telling her that I was in a rush to get home when I noticed something weird. She was dressed in native attire, which meant she had a long skirt, but it wasn't all the way down. This woman's ankles were missing, and she appeared to be floating. She looked at me with utter hatred in her eyes. I realized that she knew her secret was out, and I bolted for the house, hearing a large flapping sound following me. I looked back, and flying behind me was a huge owl with bright orange eyes. I ran into the house, but I only had a few seconds of peace before something was banging on the door, screeching inhumanly. I panicked and remembered my grandmother telling me a prayer was the best defense against a witch, which I started doing, which seemingly worked as the screaming stopped. I decided to place salt in the doorways when something broke the kitchen window above the sink, attempting to come through the window. It was that same owl, but this time it was gargling vaguely human words. In a panic, I took the salt I was using on the doorways and threw it at her. Immediately, it backed away from the window and perched itself on the fence, staring daggers into the window. I sat on the couch on the edge all night and eventually passed out. The next morning, I woke up hoping it was all a horrible dream, but upon entering the kitchen, saw the glass from the broken window. When I stepped outside, I saw large scratches on the front door. I walked over to the fence where this owl was perched, and on the fence, on the floor surrounding it, was blood. Unnerved, I started sweeping the glass out the front door when I saw her, an old native woman across the gully among the trees staring at me. Her face was covered in small cuts as if she had been assaulted by tiny shards of glass. I knew this was her, and I stared her back down until eventually she retreated into the trees, and I never saw her again. Every time I go back, I still... Go back! Right. Every time I go back, I still place salt in the doorways and pray as soon as I enter the house. Often in that house, I feel watched, and other people who stay report voices outside and on the roof. I know she sits in the trees waiting until she can attack me again.
Then why do you keep going back?
Exactly, man. You're not white. You know better than this, man.
For real.
Come on, King. So yeah, that's witches, man. Witches are fucking scary.
Witches be bitches.
Especially your auntie, bro.
What a bitch.
Oh man.
Have you? No, never mind.
Well, go ahead, bro.
No, have you ever seen anything super like that don't even make no sense weird like that?
Like this, like a witch?
Like maybe not to the extent of like physically changing to like a different creature, but like something along those lines of like unless you believed, you wouldn't believe this at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what happened in my parents' house?
Mm-hmm.
Or the little creatures.
What creatures?
Duendes?
Yeah.
The I've never
When you
seen.
guys were in the van?
I didn't see the Duendes.
No, but the leaves
Oh
falling.
yeah, you
that.
did tell that last year. I
We
forgot
told that
about
last year. Yeah.
If you didn't hear it, go back and check it out. It's
I'm not gonna say that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go back and check it out. Isaac was there. Remember? Isaac was there.
You said Ruben was there too, right?
Was Ruben there? Nano was there.
Oh, Nana was there. Okay.
Nano was there. My sister was there. You could ask her, bro. She was there. That was some creepy shit.
I feel that.
What are you gonna say about Judas, baby? I mean, not Judas, Saint Judas.
Well, shoot. So there's this, like, still keeping with the same subject. There was this guy who lived late 1800s, early 1900s. His name was Aleister Crowley. You know. You guys heard of him?
That sounds familiar.
Okay,
No,
they've
never.
made a tons of songs about him. He's on album covers. Like, dude is low key worshipped. Like, he not only within music industry but film industry brought a lot of this demonic influential stuff, he was behind a lot of all of that. And people think this is just coincidence or accidents, but nah, he teaches this. You know, with songs, how they have backwards messages and all that in them? No, he said in one of his teachings, like, practice that. Practice so, like, it sounds like you're saying, oh, I love grape soda. But then, to us, we can say that, you know, and we're just saying I love grape soda. But someone who's practiced saying something backwards can say that and be saying something completely evil and off, like, completely different, right? Stairway to Heaven, I haven't heard it backwards, but in backwards is a whole satanic worship song, right? But with that being said, one of his followers was the Beatles, you know. First of all, they hecka overrated. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Oh, man, hey, this
No.
is a safe space to hate the Beatles.
Heck overrated.
What about the people who are like totally chill with the Beatles?
Welcome.
Okay.
They overrated too.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
but no.
He was about to fight. He cracked his knuckles. Look. About to squish you like a beetle.
But one of whatchamacallit? One of the albums, what is it, like Sergeant Pepper, whatever the crack.
See,
album.
that's why.
No, but one of those albums, Aleister Crowley's on there, number one. Just plain as day. You see his picture just flat out on there. Number two, like what popped in my mind is like the fact that they have these backward messages in their songs, you know, and they have a song called St. Jude. So that makes me wonder, like, and apparently that has a backwards message to it. So that makes me wonder, like, when you said that, like, what kind of connection with that is there to where, you know, in that realm, like, what's up with that, you know? Because that's just not a coincidence that, you know, all the way across the world they're saying the same thing, but it's, you know, within that whole spectrum, I just find that a little, it's not coincidental, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's crazy.
It do be like that, though.
Hell no. What's up, baby? You chilling?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Come on.
Come on, baby.
You scared, bro?
Terrified right now.
Yeah, that's hella scary.
You can cuddle me, baby.
Thank you, boy.
Man. But yeah, so I mean, if anybody listening after hearing all this, like you feel a little more inclined to share, go ahead. We'll read your stories next week. Next week, you know, I'm excited for next week's episode. We've been hearing legends about Papa Daniels.
Oh my gosh, ain't no legends.
The legend of Papa Daniels, and we're finally gonna hear from Papa Daniels himself.
That's crazy.
Stories about possession.
The real Obadiah files.
The real Obadiah files. This for real is the real one. Come on.
Crazy.
Come on. Yeah, I'm excited, man. So
Obadaniels.
Obadingas. That's gas. Obadingas.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. That just sounds. It sounds good.
What the crack is that?
But
Maybe our next album, Obadingas.
Obadingas. Come on. But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited for that. You know, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be. We got 2 more weeks of Spookfest.
Anybody submit their costumes yet?
No, y'all be some pussies, man.
Y'all don't want to win, man? Fuck.
Y'all don't want to win. Y'all some bitches, man.
That's crazy.
Friday, October 27th, we're gonna have a live episode for Law.
I bet you a lot of people haven't gotten their costume yet.
That's true.
That's true. That's probably
yeah,
true.
dang.
Yeah,
I didn't even
yeah.
think about that. You're right.
I haven't. Have y'all gotten your costumes?
Yeah.
You got yours for the 27th? Yeah. Nobody say in the Discord nothing what we're gonna be. Just show up and surprise everybody. I feel like we gotta set rules on nothing basic, man. Nobody come as fucking.
Man, I'll be what the fuck I want.
Man.
I'll come as Mario if I fucking want to.
That's gas. I'm talking about like
It's basic then.
basic is like a Jason mask and a hoodie.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But if I want to
damn,
be Jason with like wearing
The
his
whole
full ass,
get
you go all out. That's gas.
Okay.
Yeah, I want some effort.
that
Something
makes
good.
sense because nothing half-assed then.
Nothing half-assed. You know, come on. We want to have some fun that night. So Friday, October 27th. You know, we're gonna have our white noise episode, and right after we're gonna go live on which platform TBD. It might be Instagram. It might be Twitch.
To be determined.
Yeah. What time? TBD.
OnlyFans.
No, bitch.
That's
But so yeah, make sure we're gonna try our hardest to get the cast from the Obadiah Files all together for that episode, so y'all could ask them questions.
Yeah, gonna see the Wolfman himself tearing shit up.
We're gonna have a real Wolfman. I'm just gonna take my shirt off. But
The Italian mask.
come on, and then y'all can learn a little bit about the making of the miniseries. Like you can hear from Kyrie the writing process. You can hear from the actors what was it like to and just from all of us in general, like how did we make a movie with no
We were under
visuals?
very stressful work environments.
Wait, I was. I'm gonna sue this motherfucker.
Mr.
Kyrie.
Daniels
I'm gonna sue him.
put his hands on me
Absolutions.
multiple times.
I felt like I was working on fucking Across the Spider-Verse.
I'm sorry, babe.
Shit.
So you're getting overworked.
Yeah, I am.
Are you working on fucking Overwatch, bro?
I'm dead ass. I
babe. Sorry.
I feel it, but you know what I'm saying. So hopefully y'all learned something today. You stay away from witchcraft.
Go down a spooky
You know what
road,
I'm
man.
afraid of though?
What?
Is that somebody gonna get even more curious though, and like then
You
tap
know what?
into it. That's what I'm afraid.
But you
I
know what?
mean,
At that
Even
point,
warnings.
If I ever use a Ouija board, it's out of straight curiosity. I'll tell you that right now.
you should never be that curious.
I'm very curious about a lot of things.
If I ever use a Ouija board, it's because I'm sending the spirits a dick pic.
Like I just saw the movie Talk to Me. That whole
What is
movie
that
damn near
word?
about fucking curiosity.
Did you just take the triangle and you put it over your penis?
No, I'm just describing it to them in like 2 inches.
A haunted cock ring? Come on.
Nah, I'm trying. If I ever use a Ouija board, I'm trying to tell that ghost girl from that one story to come fuck me next.
That's crazy.
Come on. I just rearranged my couches too. We got hell over.
You know how many fine ass dead
I
people
basically
there are?
arranged this to fuck. What?
So you know how many fine ass dead people there are? You think she gonna fuck you?
Fuck you.
Come on.
She got Prince in the other side. She bouncing on
Oh
that.
shit,
Come
she
on.
do. And if any listeners got some like fucking juicy stories,
Like if y'all ever gotten fucked by a
Send it,
ghost,
bro.
let me know.
I wasn't talking about that type of juicy, but
Oh.
hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
You think
Come on.
ghosts? You think ghost bitches get wet? Or like what would that feel like?
Yeah, you ever like walk around and you feel a raindrop hit you and you look and it's like
Raindrops
there's no
keep falling.
It's just some
no,
ghost
no,
bitch.
no.
Fuck.
Oh.
Fuck me, daddy. You take an EVP and it's, I'm stroking my shit. I got lotion on my shit.
Imagine hearing like a ghost vibrator.
Come on. Yeah, but y'all know what to do, man. Hey, we're beating the algorithm finally on Instagram.
We're beating that.
We
Like the story
stroking
views
the
are going up. For we've been stuck, man. I don't know why Instagram hating on us, but we beating them.
It's the Instagram santeria.
It's probably because you be trolling.
Not on Instagram, no.
Just TikTok.
Don't. But it's not linked to Instagram, and I haven't been, bitch.
He knows because I always see his fucking comments.
Same
I know,
here,
so
bro.
I can't do it no more. I get caught.
Dude, I would like a random video would pop up and I would look at the comments and here's fucking
Bitch ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking Sammy's bitch about ugly as shit.
Just representing everybody.
No,
Man.
but hey, speaking of that, follow us on Instagram at Visual House Studios. Follow us on TikTok. We're able.
At Visual House Studio.
You go to YouTube, you type in the search bar, Visual House Studios, and we're like the first or second thing that pop up. You see Kilo Sammy, and then you click on them, you click subscribe. All right, and yeah, don't forget, man, you got until noon on October 27th to submit your photos for your Halloween costumes. Okay, we're gonna pick the best 5, and then the listeners are gonna pick number 1. You win a $50 gift card to either Spotify or Apple, and a free VHS shirt.
We should all dress up hella slutty.
Yeah?
Like our slutty version of our costumes.
Come on, we hella should.
There is one of my costume too.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I'm about to come in as stripper Sonic.
Yeah, and you know, if y'all feel so compelled to share your experiences, send them on over. Don't wait till we post a poll. You could just shoot us a message.
I'm gonna be Luffy. I'm gonna have straw hats on my nipples, bro. Come on.
Hit that gum wee wee. Get the wee wee fruit. Come on.
The wee wee.
The stroke fruit.
Oh. Damn, I connected with him on a deep level. But yeah, man, we thank you. Of course, we already knew y'all were gonna show up and show out for October. So thank you, you know, for just tuning in these 3 weeks. Don't forget, man. 2 days from now, if you're listening to this on Thursday, in 2 days, it's the grand finale. Not the grand finale. The
Tuesday, you mean? If you're listening to
it's just on Tuesday. That's what I said.
You said Thursday.
Oh, did I say Thursday?
You did, baby.
Oh, my bad.
It's
If
all
you're
good.
listening to this on Tuesday, we'll listen to it on Thursday too.
Yeah, for
After
real.
we listen to part 3 of the Obadiah Files.
The finale.
Little Peach Cobbler.
The finale for now.
For now.
You know.
Season finale.
The season finale. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You got a 3-parter, you know.
Question mark? Season finale question mark?
We don't know, man. We don't know.
Shoot.
I might quit because Kyrie mistreats me, so
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man.
Harsh work conditions.
They were very harsh work conditions. Yeah, you
Stay
can't
locked in that room until it is complete.
note that ass.
It puts the lotion on the skin against the whole thing.
So thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you for tuning in every other week.
Absolutely.
We love y'all. Peace. We'll see
We
you
love
next
both
week.
of y'all.
I love you.